So today I just wanted to take a quick look at the 2018 film Hell's Kitty, especially with a title like that. How could you not want to watch a movie called Hell's Kitty? You know, especially because it's, at least in my experience, I have never run across a film about a possessed animal, least of all a cat, which, you know, I think if you've ever been a cat owner at some point in time, I think you've all felt this damn thing is possessed. What's wrong with this animal? But, you know, it's a film about a possessed cat, which I thought the concept, at least in my opinion, was just very unique and original. So I totally had to watch this. The cover art for the film looks very cheesy. You may not think much. And I would say go into it not expecting much. It is a low budget film. It is an independently produced film, but I enjoyed this movie a lot more than I thought I would have. If you ever saw my review for The Accidental Exorcist, it's the same issue. I enjoyed it a lot more, and it's definitely a lot more than it presents itself to be. It definitely does play up to the fanfare, if you will. They have a lot of cameos. They have a lot of references. So, for example, right off the top of my head, you have Adrienne Barbeau, who quotes that she has a phobia of boxes. She goes on to say that at one point her husband had brought home a crate. So obviously, if you're a horror fan, you know exactly what's being referenced there. You know, it's fucking hilarious. It's just too funny. You also have a very, very familiar face whose character name happens to be Detective Pluto. I wonder who they're referencing there. But, you know, for me, one of the points of interest was Dale Midkiff, who I had noticed his name very early on in the credits. Obviously, he played Louis Creed. So, and that's primarily the film that I recognize him from, but he's just such a damn cutie, isn't he? But his character name in this was Rosemary Carey. So yes, I mean, like I said, there is just so much referencing in this film. You also have a Dr. Laurie Strode's. So, you know, it's fun in that sense. You know, it's a comedic film. You've got actors who present themselves as having experience. There may be just a little bit stiff here and there, but the delivery is good. The dialogue has regular language flow, which for me has always been one of my main complaints, especially when you have like persons who are new to writing or not very experienced. For some reason, characters are written in a manner in which normal language flow does not occur. So that is not a pitfall here. You know, you have regular language flow and usage throughout. Yeah, I definitely enjoyed this film. I thought it was loads of fun. I just happened to catch it online just really late one evening. Just once again when I was having trouble sleeping, and I just laughed so much. I just really loved the hell out of this movie. So apparently, the whole premise of the film here is the fact that there is a dead girlfriend. We find out via her diary that she is basically jealous of her boyfriend's cat. She felt that he loved the cat more than he loved her, and apparently he did, because he didn't even remember the girl. You know, sometimes you just cannot compete. Just get out of the way and move on. Shoot. But she couldn't take the hint. So I believe originally what was to happen is, if I remember correctly, she was going to kill the cat. And then she decides to kill herself instead and possess the cat. Because then, you know, she can be with, you know, the dude she likes all the time. You know, because, you know, sometimes you just have to find creative ways to spend more time with the person you love. So she does that. And it's just very, very funny. You've got a therapist at some point in time in the film who counsels this guy that the cat has love addiction. In order to relieve the cat of that malady, he has to I guess, enact or make the cat believe that that he loves it, so that he can go on and have just a normal relationship finally with someone else, because apparently this cat attacks all the women that he has ever attempted to date, attempted to have relations with, what have you. So this is a super, I don't know if you would say cock-blocked when it's a cat, but the cat is basically doing that. You know, very well, apparently. And as we witnessed very early on in the intro scene, the cat murders a bus full of women. It's basically one of those wraparound stories. So it starts at the end, we get the beginning and the middle, and then we end at the end again. There's an actual term for that. I don't remember what it's called right now, so I apologize. My English or language arts terminology fails me right now. But you know, it's this wraparound story. So we follow him from point A to B and whatnot, and in the various orders that they occur in. You know, the film is in sequence, so it's not, you know, confusing or anything to follow. But yeah, I mean, we witness an early date where I guess you could say he's trying to put the moves on some chick, and the cat scratches the girl's face, and obviously, you know, she runs off bawling her eyes out and whatnot, like, you know, the cat ruined my face. Wah. It's just hard to not want to have fun with this review, especially with the film that was just so damn fun to watch. So I'm not sorry, you know? Sorry, not sorry. But yeah, I had loads of fun watching this film. I think it was very well told. And honestly, I wish to some degree that independently produced films got a lot more attention than they actually do. But I can definitely understand the other side of the coin, is that the fact that when things are not manufactured, they're not always that great. But this is definitely one of those films that I hope doesn't slip between the cracks. I really liked this one. I can honestly see myself owning a physical copy of this film. I really enjoyed it that much. But yeah, I mean, at some point in time, we do get a seance-style cat exorcism scene, if I'm remembering correctly. But you know, there's just loads of kooky stuff going on. You know, especially if you're just a total horror fan, you know, watch it just for the cameos and the references alone. That is just loads of fun trying to catch every single thing. I mean, there's just so much subtle stuff. There's a scene where the guy's flipping through the dead girlfriend's diary. You see sketches of, you literally see sketches of the killer clowns from outer space. There's a scene where someone walks in wearing one of the outfits, and I swear if it wasn't borrowed, if it was actually reproduced, that is like a dead-on match. It looks really, really great. But yeah, I mean, there's just loads of references. You know, and once again, I cannot emphasize that enough. If you want to watch, you know, a movie that doesn't take itself seriously, or if you just want to see it just for the references alone, just to see how many different things they incorporated, because there are just so many, I cannot name them all. And there are very obvious ones, there are very subtle ones, there are probably tons that even I missed on the first viewing. But, you know, just for that reason alone, I would say check it out. You know, I honestly feel you guys will enjoy this film. It's a film that doesn't take itself seriously. It's a goofy movie, but like I said, it's a low-budget film. It's independently produced. Don't go into it with high expectations. Just accept the film for what it is. I'm assuming to some degree they were expecting, I guess you could say, the fanfare to pull them through. And obviously, the suck-up tactic worked for me. I'm not going to lie. Obviously, I'm going out of my way to, you know, convince you guys to watch this thing. But yeah, if you've ever seen it, or if you do watch it, I would definitely love to hear your opinions on it. But that is all I have for you guys today, and I will talk to you later.